Chanukah is here, and you know what that means we need to make? Hey everyone, it's Dora from flippinghousesanpancakes.com. It is Chanukah time, so we need to make potato latkes. You guys, I'm really excited about this. I love Chanukah. I love potato latkes. What a delicious carb, am I right? Okay, so we are going to do an episode of DIY kosher cooking, because why buy them when you can make them yourself? And we're going to make potato latkes. I'm going to make a really small batch so that if you're just a few people, this is all you need. I get a lot of, I usually make large batches of things because I've got a nice size family here. But we're going to make small batches because if you're just learning to cook, maybe you're only 1 or 2 people. So we're going to make a small batch here, and I hope you'll enjoy it. I'm going to start peeling my potatoes. And as I do that, I have 2 russet potatoes, medium-sized russet potatoes. If you have a really, really large russet potato, then go for just 1. If you have really small ones, then do 3. But we're going to go with 2 medium-sized russet potatoes right now, and I'm going to peel them while we talk. And I just want to, if you're new to my channel and you haven't seen my videos, you should know that you are right inside my kitchen. This is not a set. This is my kitchen. This is where I cook every day, in the middle of my house. My kids are around. My dog sometimes shows up. I try to keep him off screen, but he sometimes shows up by barking. This is usually, I just cook with you guys when I get a chance. Sometimes I'm in the middle of a lot of things. You'll know that I do a lot if you watch my videos. And so sometimes I'm just jumping in when I get a chance. So maybe there's dishes in the sink. Maybe there's stuff on the counter. This is really my kitchen. This is how it is. And you guys get to step in occasionally and cook with me. So we're almost done peeling these potatoes. And I just want you to see that this could be a really fast treat to make for yourself, for your family, for whomever. But we are doing just the 2 russet potatoes. There we go. Everything is peeled. We're going to throw out our peels. I'm not the type to turn my peels into something. If you want to do that, go for it. I'm just going to rinse these off real quick. Okay. And we'll get started with grating them. Now you can use a food processor, absolutely. Most of the time, if I'm making a large batch, I use a food processor, but I want you to see that you could use a hand grater. And I'll be honest, these are the best tasting kind when you hand grate them. I don't know why. I don't know what makes the difference, but they're so good when you hand grate them. We are doing our simplest possible potato latkes today. This will be amazing, guys. So I'm going to hand grate 2 potatoes. Please do it carefully so you do not injure yourself, especially as you get down to that last little bit of the potato at the bottom. And sometimes I'll leave just like a little tiny piece off so I don't slice my finger. It's okay. It's not wasteful. It's all good. Okay? I'm going to do the second potato here. And again, you could do this in a food processor. If you want it to be, to not have the pieces, you could blend it in a blender, but I like to have the strings of potato in my potato latkes. So we're doing it this way. I've done a lot of grating over the years, so it's pretty quick. And again, as you get to the bottom of that potato, watch your fingers. There we go. And again, like I said, I leave a little tiny piece off so I don't hurt myself. All right. So now one of the things you need to remember when you're doing things like potato latkes or potato kugel for that matter, is that potatoes oxidize really quickly. They're going to turn brown quickly. We don't want them to be brown. We want that beautiful white color in there. So I'm going to slide these all here because we're going to squeeze them out a little bit. But what I do want is for them to be, we're going to coat them in egg very quickly. We're going to just squeeze it. I had some paper towels here. If you have a bowl that you could do it over, that works too. I'm going to squeeze out some of the liquid. I already put my egg into my bowl. So that was really brilliant. I was being all prepared. So I'm just squeezing onto the cutting board. It'll be fine. I'm just squeezing out the little bit of extra moisture. And then I'm going to move that over and take my bowl, which has 1 egg in it. Remember, we had 2 medium-sized russet potatoes, 1 egg. Ah! Some of them are now on my shoe. Some of the potatoes on my shoe now. It's okay. It'll be fine. We'll clean it up later. That's just real life cooking. All right, we're going to put, we got the 1 egg and 2 potatoes. I'm actually gonna mix it up already because I want the egg to kind of coat my potato. Why do I want that? Because that's gonna it's gonna kind of form a barrier between the potato and the air, and it's gonna keep it from browning too quickly. Same as when you do like a potato kugel and you wanna make your batter first and then drop your potato in it so that, again, it keeps it from browning too quickly. All right, so it's kind of coated up right there. We're gonna mix a little more in. Got potato all over my hands, guys. All right, we are gonna put a tablespoon of flour. Flour is just gonna help it stick to itself. You could use matzo meal, whatever you want. We're gonna sprinkle that over. We're gonna mix it in. So I've got a tablespoon of flour. Whew, almost ready. We have a teaspoon of salt. Those are potatoes. Potatoes are not salty. They absorb that salt so quickly. So make sure you give it a nice teaspoon of salt. You can always sprinkle some finishing salt over the top of your latkes as well, if you would like. And a little bit of pepper. This I'm just doing a little sprinkling. Pepper it as you like. It's my little mama salt shaker. All right, so we are going to mix it all up again. Look at that. And it doesn't look battery. It looks like that. But when we fry them, it's gonna be great. I know, it was a really bad joke, right? It's gonna be great. Okay, let's move over to the cooktop. I've got my frying pan here on a medium-high heat. I covered the bottom with oil and I put a piece of carrot in. Now this, whoa, watch the splattering. It does actually help with the splattering. It helps prevent too much splatter, but it also helps keep the oil clean while I'm frying. So that carrot does a lot of things. It also tells me that my oil is hot enough to start dropping my potato latkes. So I'm gonna take a nice scoop of this batter. I'm gonna drop it right here, press it down into a pile. We don't want to overcrowd the pan either, so we're gonna just do a few at a time. Look at that. You want to make them flat because you do want them to cook nicely and get cooked all the way through. We like crispy and crunchy potato latkes. There we go. I'm going to move that carrot right in the middle so I can put a 4th latke in. We're just doing nice big spoonfuls of our batter, and we're going to let those cook for a few minutes before we flip them over and cook them on the other side. Okay, you can see that around the edges of my potato latkes, they're starting to get nice and golden brown, so we are going to flip them over so they can fry on the other side and finish them off. There we go. Part of that. It's golden. Just careful while you're flipping them. It actually looks like it could use a little more time. You see that? It's a little light. We'll give that one another minute or two before we flip it. Oh my gosh, guys, this is going to be so good. Look at that. Oh, they don't have to be perfect in shape. They don't have to be perfect in size. They're going to taste amazing, and that's the important part. So I'm going to give that one just another minute. Okay, when they're completely golden brown, we're going to take them out, put them on top of a paper towel that'll absorb a little of the extra oil that's on top of this plate, and we'll put in the next batch. So I'm just going to go ahead and speed up this video so you can watch me finish cooking everything. Just want to point out, I finished frying all those potato latkes And because of that carrot, look how clean my oil still is. I don't know why that magic works, but it does. So definitely include a piece of carrot in your frying pan. And that's how you make a basic, classic potato latke. Just a few ingredients, super fast. And now you don't have to go buy them. You can do it yourself. I hope you enjoyed this episode of DIY Kosher Cooking. And if you did, don't forget to like, subscribe to my channel, hit the bell for notifications so you find out every time I upload a new video. And as always, check out my website, flippinghouseandpancakes.com. Also, sour cream versus applesauce. Let me know down below what you think. Some of my kids think ketchup is the answer. I don't know. All right, I'm Team Sour Cream. Happy Chanukah.